Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about the five biggest instigators in the NBA today. Whether it be for a number of things like trash talk or getting up in someone's face, or like Grayson Allen trying to deliberately injure someone. Hey everybody, today I'm going to be talking about the five biggest instigators in the NBA today. Um, whether whether it be for a number of things like trash talk or getting up in someone's face, or like Grayson Allen trying to deliberately injure someone. Grayson Allen is a guy that is just disliked in many NBA circles, as he's deliberately tried to injure people many times throughout the past, whether it be breaking Alex Caruso's wrist when Caruso went up for a dunk and Grayson Allen brought him down really awkwardly, or just other times going even back to his Duke days. And I don't know, I just don't like players who deliberately injure people. You can get under people's skin. Like Chris Paul is a guy that's going to be mentioned later, and he gets under people's skin a lot. There's guys in the NBA that just get under people's skin. That's what they're paid to do. But if your way of getting under someone else's skin is hurting them or deliberately trying to injure them, that's not respectable in my book, and that's why Grayson Allen is one of the biggest instigators in the NBA. Chris Paul is one of those guys that's like you love him or you hate him, and I personally really like Chris Paul. I know that a lot of people do, but a lot of people also can't stand him, and he just is an instigator. Like whether it be with like the Jose Alvarado thing, um, I guess Jose Alvarado instigated that, but Chris Paul also just like went back right at him. And honestly, uh, Chris Paul is also very funny in his instigative tactics. When he was talking to Steve Kerr a few years back, and then as soon as he ends the conversation, his smile just disappears. That was really funny to me, and I don't think that Chris Paul is a dirty player whatsoever. And he's just more of a funny instigator, in that he's gonna talk trash to you, he's gonna do whatever, and yeah, if you can get under your skin, he will, and it's super funny to watch. Dylan Brooks is one of those guys that you either love him or you hate him, kind of like Chris Paul, and in all honesty, I didn't really have an opinion on him until this year. He's a Canadian born guy, so I tend to root for Canadian born players, being Canadian myself. But this year, he's kind of made himself a little bit more unlikable. And this year, he's gone into it with the Warriors a bunch. And a couple nights ago, he pushed a cameraman and ended up getting fined $35,000. And in all honesty, like I didn't really have an opinion on him going into this year, like I said, but this year he's made himself more likable for me, and I really just don't like his antics lately. Um, and pushing a cameraman is a really low blow, and that's just not really respectable. So I think he's one of the most disliked players in the NBA for sure. He's just one of those guys that he just like if he's on your team, you love him, but then for the rest of the NBA fan bases, you really just can't stand him. Patrick Beverly is a really respectable pest. And why I say that is because lots of the guys in the NBA like him off the court. And even when he's getting under their skin on the court, you can tell that they're just upset at him on the court, and he's not doing anything dirty, he's not doing anything deliberate to injure someone. He's just talking trash and he's just having fun. And he's actually a really good player too. Like he's an underrated player. People know him for his antics and for getting under people's skin. He's a really solid defender, and I think he's a solid point guard that can be a solid backup point guard on a championship team. And I think he's really funny, and he's one of my favorite players in NBA. I know it's a hot take, and I know a lot of people don't like him, but I actually really do like him. And I enjoy watching him play. Last but not least, I can't do a video on the NBA's biggest instigators without talking about Draymond Green. Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks have been going back and forth for a long time, and while Draymond Green lost a lot of points with me when he punched Jordan Poole, I still really like Draymond Green as a player, and I think that he's kind of the backbone of that Warriors team, defensively and offensively. He's a great playmaker, and I think he gets too much hate because people don't really know the true value that he brings. But he really is an instigator, and he'll always be yelling, he'll always be screaming on the court and just talking trash to whoever is near him. And he goes on his podcast a lot and talks trash about people, but I don't think it has any real ill intent. And I think that Draymond's really funny, and he's honestly a really good player in the NBA as well. So I really respect him. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know other video ideas down in the comments below.